Warning.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio.
Nasty Production.
7 Mile Radio.
What up? What up? It's Excuse My Truth podcast with Macho, Mac and Macho, and Mark, the Eminem show. Eminem. Thank y'all for listening. We appreciate our viewers. You guys got our numbers going sky high, and we appreciate you viewing every week and just participating in the conversation and, you know, just letting us know that you appreciate our content. So we appreciate our viewers. So tonight,
Yahtzee.
first of all, Mark, how you doing?
What's
boy?
going on, brother? I'm got brother. Sister bro. What's going on, sister bro? What's going on, sister bro? Yeah.
I told my mom, I said, until we did that reproduction, D-Mac came in and chimed in as a female. I was like, oh shit, D-Mac, I be forgetting.
Y'all be forgetting.
You're definitely
I'm
one
a
of the
whole
homies.
woman
Like,
out here
just
in these streets.
of course you are. But
There's our topics.
Dr. Love. How are
Dr.
you
Love,
doing?
how are you?
I'm
Sister?
doing wonderful.
Absolutely. I'm doing good. It's been a good week. I'm feeling good today. And, yeah, that's what's up.
That's what's
Y'all,
up.
I'm looking forward to the show as every week. Y'all bring the flames to the
Bring
airwaves.
fire.
You know what I'm saying? As no different with today. So we got the topic of discussion. Macho, first off, how you doing, brother?
How
You
you
come
doing?
in with the
Look
fresh.
at this nigga, y'all. I need the camera on Macho right fucking now. This nigga got on his
Hold on, let me-
Easter suit.
Oh man.
Well, we don't put on suits for Easter.
No, I'm just playing.
And I promise y'all, we don't put on suits outside of getting shmoney, okay?
Oh,
that
man.
But
shmoney.
that being said, y'all, yes, this is Mr. Winans today. Okay, I came on my Mr. Winans shit, okay?
This nigga got on the three-piece. He got the
Salmon. I brought the salmon out on him
the
today.
clip
You know what I
on the
mean?
tie,
You feel me?
and he got the gray shirt that
You feel
highlights
me?
the gray.
The
Hey,
Salmon.
Manda, hold on, Manda. Ain't shit funny. You see me clean as hell, Manda, and I smell impeccable.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, but that being
Is
said, I'm having a
Macho
great
shooting
day.
his shot?
No, me and listen, y'all know me and Manda
Y'all
got a
got
little.
this little flirtatious thing.
Yeah.
It's
I don't even, you know what I'm saying? I don't even.
It's
I'm gonna have
cute.
to click on her. Amanda, I'm gonna click on your page after this. I'm following you. Let me see what you really talking about.
Shamira said Macho got his 9 to 5 on today.
And you know we don't do 9 to 5, Shamira. Stop playing with me. We do 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. My baby. Ain't no schedule
get that
hours
money
around here.
Get that money however
We
long
get it while they
take.
sleep. We in it. But anyway, I'm having a great day today, man. I'm really excited about today's topic. I didn't really, and it's funny because when I told D-Mac this morning that she was gonna lead off, I'm like, I don't know how to like blend in. I'm like, oh shit, I was a.
What is
I
today's
was in a
topic for
blended
those-
family. The topic today, thanks to Shamira Anderson Bell, or Bell Anderson, let me be correct.
She's an Anderson now. She married Lionel.
I put some things in the air and asked our viewers to give us some idea of what they want us to discuss on our show, and this was one of Shamira's suggestions. So we are talking about blended families. Blended,
new normal.
The new normal. It's not so new, really, because I remember growing up 40 some years ago, I was in a blended family, right? It's just more, everything is more prevalent or seems more prevalent because it is viewable, right? We
Evil
can
step
see it.
parents.
So, so we're going to talk about blended families. We're going to talk about the struggles. We're going to talk about the mistakes that people make. We're going to talk about the common issues associated with blended families. So Macho,
Yes.
once again, thank you, Shamira. So we're gonna
I
talk
need
about
those-
it. We
those,
want y'all's input. Let me be clear. The first 30 minutes, we need you all to comment. We will address your comments. We are having a special guest that's gonna video in with us today, and while we're doing that, the
Mark, what a
ability
charge report.
to call in will be disabled. So after the first 30 minutes, the last 30 minutes, you will be able to call in. And Macho, give the number so I don't tear it up.
Okay, 313-723-0481.
Man, you got that shit today. Y'all see, I
got
gotta
it.
steal your word today, my dog.
That's the call-in number,
That's
gang.
the call-in number.
You
But-
see the way I was intentional with that one?
7:30 to 8 o'clock, you're welcome to call in the meantime.
9:30 to 10
Oh,
o'clock.
I'm 7:30 to 8:30. Lord
Yeah,
have
yeah.
mercy.
What the hell was that?
I'm behind 2 hours. I'm in mountain
She in mountain time right now.
Mountain time.
She in Colorado like
But
a
yeah,
motherfucker.
9:30 to 10, the phone lines will be open. Do we have our video?
Indeed, yes, we do. I mean, I was just waiting for y'all to get the whole.
Oh, Manda said one more
intro
time. It's
spiel out.
313-723-0481. That's the call-in number. The call-in line will be opened at 9:30.
Yes.
Okay, so 9:30 we will open the call-in line. We want your input. We want your comments. We have a special guest. Miss Jackson is going to chime in, and we're going to talk about it, man. Blended families. There you go. There you go, Manda. We appreciate you, Manda. You
pin that. Somebody pin that.
Let me see if I can pin
I know
that
it's
for
a
you.
possibility. I'm just old and I don't know how to do it. So
I got it. I already pinned it. I got you.
Let's go.
So who we got? Taj. What up, Crystal?
Who all on
So
here?
we do
Let's
have.
just
Let's go
acknowledge-
ahead and introduce the guests. Let's do that right.
Okay,
quick.
we have Latoya Jackson. She is from Florida, calling in to the great cold state of Michigan right now, and she is not contemplating. She is planning on, as well as I am, and we are together. Blending our families together, so it was a most appropriate topic for the timing. But we want to welcome Toya. Hey, Toya.
Hey y'all, what's up?
What's that? She said, "What's up, y'all?"
Hey, Toya.
What's going on, Toya?
We didn't know if you
What's
speaking
going
to
on,
us or
Toya?
just
Right,
D
head to
Love.
back.
Like you speaking to
Right,
us,
right,
or
right,
you know what I
right.
mean? Like,
We not doing
Y'all
this
don't start
tonight,
today.
y'all. We not doing that. I already
how you doing, Miss Jackson? Welcome to the show. We appreciate you calling in and being a part of the show tonight.
Absolutely. So,
Thank you for having me.
blended families. What do blended families look like? They look like two people who have children. They come together, and you have to now figure out how to blend these two separate entities.
Coexist.
Exactly, coexist into some one cohesive unit, right? Or it could look like a family that's already existed, that's bringing in perhaps a foster child or
Or
adopted child.
relative.
I think there are
Could be a
lot
niece.
of, or it could be whomever that's coming into a system that's already established, and there has to be a period of adjustment, right? So it could look a lot of different ways, but it is what it is. You're still bringing two things together and trying to make them one cohesive unit. And so a lot of people tend to think that some of the bigger issues are when it comes to discipline, right? Like, can the step parent discipline the biological child of the other parent? Those are some major issues, not just discipline, but rules and just the united front of the parents, in terms of, okay, y'all, if y'all disagree, don't disagree in front of the kids, go off to the side, handle that shit, come back, and then y'all come with a cohesive answer
United
that
Front.
they have to respect.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So
1000%.
it's a lot of different things. So I was doing some research, as I normally do, and there's a doctor out of Virginia, Dr. Laura Dabney, right? And she says there are 3. So I think, and I agree with her, that the issue begins with the adults, right? The adults have to facilitate that process, right? I think the kids can't be in control of that process. I think the adults have to be in control of that process, and so there's this expert. But Dr. Laura Dabney, she says that 3 biggest parenting mistakes, and I want us to kind of chop them up one by one. I don't want to just read a bunch of shit. I'm going to read the headline and give you what her assessment was, and then we're going to talk about it. Mistake number 1 that parents make: allowing step parents to discipline their stepchild too soon. ... Too soon. They said the discipline is the sole responsibility of the child's biological parent, and step parents really have no disciplinary role. This is what experts suggest. This is not my opinion. They say a healthy relationships helps to cushion the blow of discipline, which means what's most important when you are introducing yourself to a stepchild is to develop the relationship first.
Before the discipline.
Before the discipline.
Agreed.
Because with the biological parent, there is this element of safety and security. I know you love me. And your discipline is coming from a place of love, right? It's not coming from just being angry with me. But with a step parent, in the newness of the role, they're saying that, wait a minute, don't do too much too soon, because they don't know for sure, because they don't have this history of relationship with you, right? And they don't, it's just discipline and not love and relationship that's driving that discipline. What do y'all think? What do you think, Macho?
Well, that's absolutely 1,000% correct, because when my mom decided to get married or brought my stepdad around, I was 9 years old, 8, 9 years old. And I remember the first time they he like tried to discipline us, it was one of those like, who the fuck is you? Like, you ain't my daddy, you know what I'm saying? Even though I know, like, my biological father got killed when I was 2 going on 3. So, you know, from a father standpoint, that was the only, my little brother, you know, dad was in our life for a period of time or whatever, but he didn't impact my life like that, because, you know what I mean, I got more, I think, bad memories of that motherfucker than I do good. But that being said, it definitely was a level of getting to know, getting to understand, getting to learn, and getting to feel that. And I'll be honest with you, I never really felt that, I think, sincerely, up until I was maybe 19 and moving out, because he struggled with crack cocaine addiction. You feel what I'm saying? So it wasn't until he got clean, got his life right, found God, and then began to impact my life. But at that point, I was 20. And we literally had about a 10, a 12, because he passed in 2010. He passed in 2010, and we had about a good 10-year run of him impacting my life as a father, right? And the most important parts of my life at that point, because now I'm a father. You see what I'm saying? So it was a level of getting to understand who he was, but I couldn't even get that as a child, because he was dealing with a cocaine addiction. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? Crack cocaine just messed up the opportunity for us to try to build a father-son relationship. So, but it wasn't no discipline in us at all. And my older brother wasn't banded to the point where he just ran away and ended up, you know, going to prison and a lot. But he rebelled like a motherfucker.
Toya, what's your thought process on that first mistake, allowing step parents to discipline the stepchild too soon before establishing and developing a relationship or bond where they know where that discipline is really coming from?
I have to agree with that. I was raised that respect is earned and not given just because you're an adult. So I feel like it's very important to develop a relationship with that child, allow them the space and opportunity as they are comfortable to learn your heart, know that you are disciplining them out of love and that you care about them before you come in with the hammer. And I know you and I have talked about this with Lil D, and we talk about things on the side, but I don't discipline him directly because we're still developing our relationship.
Right.
Now, I do talk to him about action consequence, right? But I'm not issuing consequences. Right. And that's very intentional. You got to build that relationship and allow them the opportunity to get to know you and give them the opportunity to build that respect before you come in and try to discipline them.
Right. So relationship, Mark, you think relationship is more important than authority and discipline?
I mean, you can't.
Or should it be a prerequisite?
It's not a prerequisite. I want to say that, you know, you can't really have authority without relationship in a situation like that. You know what I mean? And it's very detrimental to the child when you allow someone who is from the outside, you know what I mean, not the any one of the biological parental units to discipline the child, because now it renders the one biological parent to the point of not being trusted like or not being trustworthy to the child. Cause like, who is this person? You letting this person come in and ridicule me and do anything basically that they want to me, like their rule over me is what's what matters to you. Like it renders me back to the point of I talked to y'all about the child that I rescued basically when I was driving Uber that night, right? And in the conversation with her, she was just basically telling me the reason why she ran away was that her mom had a dude at the house that was treating her any kind of way, and the mama was letting her, and that was the reason why she ran away. You know what I mean? So yeah, the relationship has to be established. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And within that relationship, hopefully some type of understanding is established on why you're being disciplined. You know what I mean? So yeah, you can't have a discipline without a relationship. And if you are a parent allowing somebody to come in to discipline your child to that extent without a relationship and a real bond to your observation being established, then something wrong with you.
Yeah, I agree. Children, they're little people, and they have their own. They have their own parameters. They have their own guards. They have their own safety measures.
You should teach them respect at an early age by respecting them in the space that they in. They're still a child, right? And just but it's your child. What are you doing?
This nigga trying to take the Dasani
Yeah, I'm trying to take
because
I can't be advertising Dasani. They ain't giving us no sponsorship bag. My bad.
Okay, but we trying to talk,
we trying
and
to
we
talk.
hear that.
Crackling the damn bottle and shit, man. But
Lord.
yeah, that's the thing, man. We can't allow somebody to come in and discipline our child, especially if you're not a parent that has implemented that level of discipline on the children already. Then that's a double negative. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't even discipline the child like that, and you letting somebody else come in and do it.
Then they looking
That's
like,
the
what the fuck is going on?
When
And
that
it
child
creates,
gets older,
resentment.
yeah, they're
You know what I
gonna
mean?
create resentment, and now I don't trust you. I'm not, I don't look at you as a real parental figure at that point, because you letting somebody dog me out from what I feel.
Yeah, and I had a similar experience where it wasn't like a blended family, but so I have my son, and then his biological father was in dire straits, so I allowed him to come stay with us, right? And it was like instead of trying to build a relationship with him, he just came in trying to be daddy and be authoritative, and Donovan, Donovan wasn't having that shit. He like, nigga, now he didn't say that, but you know what I mean? He like, wait a minute, hold up, where you been? Let's talk about that. You know what I'm saying? And so when the pressure got on to where you had to start explaining yourself once he got over the excitement, you just, he disrespectful. You need to let me get at him. Nigga, what the fuck does that look like?
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? And you don't even know him. He don't even know you as dad for you to be talking about getting at him. If you have a problem with him, if he's being disrespectful, you come to me, and I will handle that situation.
Yeah.
Because you haven't established a love relationship with him for him to take that discipline and still know that you love him.
And the other thing that I love about what we're talking about and being a part of a blended family is one of my favorite, probably my most favorite tattoo is of my pops. And when I say that, like people just equate it to being like my biological father. And no, it's my stepdad.
And that's powerful.
But I don't put step on it. Right?
That's
I almost
powerful.
commented on my homeboy's post the other day because he was like, man, I love when my kid, my stepson turned. And I was like, bro, take step off of it. Like, that's your son. Like, you married his mom. You raising him. You're providing for him. You're loving on him. You're nurturing him.
Yep.
That's your son. Don't take the step off of it. So my pops, so I don't say my stepdad.
Yeah.
I've never called him my stepdad. My pops is tattooed over my heart because of the way he impacted my life and with love. Like, it started with love. Like, he never tried to put the cart before the horse.
And that's the difference between a bonus parent
Facts.
and an evil step parent.
Facts.
Because where does that even come from, the evil step parent? Like, why would you be evil?
Yeah, and
if
that's,
you're trying to be a part of this person's life,
and
part
win my
of
parent
that
over.
person's life is their children.
Facts.
So the evil should never come into play.
Facts.
You understand what I'm saying?
And I think the other
you should
parent-
be not kissing ass at all, but
Right.
still being delicate.
Right.
in your approach.
Right. And that goes either way, though, right?
Yeah.
That goes both male or female, because you can have women who come into a situation and might even feel intimidated, might feel like, okay, now we are jockeying for position, and they can turn into the evil step parent, right? Or when you look at the totality of the way the family structure is set up, with the man being the provider, the protector, right? I think that pressure does come on the man in that situation when he comes into that situation, especially if there's girls involved.
Yeah.
Or let's even say if she has one child and it's a boy.
So let's talk about this since you brought that up, right? So let's say you're going into a situation with a woman who has daughters. There has to be, right, a different level of discretion and a different kind of approach, right? Than it would be if she had sons.
Absolutely. And you gotta look
And
at
the boundaries that have to be set.
1,000%,
yeah.
because where the man already, the son already feels like I'm the protector. Like so I ain't about to just let no man come. Every boy is objective to a guy dating his mom, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you see a female out in public with her son, you really don't want to shoot your shot, because, you know what I mean, little dog ain't really, he giving you that look, you know what I'm saying? Fuck is you talking to my mama for, Mr. Man?
Right.
The pink suit on, it's Simon, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But I get it, because we were the same way. My mom had 3 boys, you know what I mean? So when this picklehead motherfucker come in, who the fuck is Doggy Bone?
Who is you?
And who is you? Him ain't got no milk and cookies.
Right. Who is you?
So even now, my approach now, when I deal with women who have kids or whatever, first of all, I don't play the kids game. I don't even want to meet your kids. Let's just be very real. If it ain't that, I don't want to meet your kids. But just in the sense of us vibing and having a friendship, if it crossed the line, when I see the kids, again, I coach Little League football, I mentor, I got little brothers, I got so I come with a whole different angle.
Right.
I'm macho, I'm cool, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm not too cool to the point where you think we're friends, but at the same token, you got a feel for me, you got a sense for me, you know, dog cool, you know what I mean? His whole approach, he ain't come trying to force him. He ain't come try to make it. You know what I mean?
He ain't
Like,
one of them fuck
he
niggas.
ain't pretending or nothing. He came genuine and authentic. And kids, they peep that shit.
They peep that shit.
Kids know
Look,
fake.
check out mixtape number 2. That's
Okay.
a perfect segue.
Let's go.
Mistake.
And swear to God, I give D-Mac her she's a blessing. We compliment, because she does her research and I feed off of it. So I didn't even know what her second topic was. Let's
But
go.
he just took it right into the next mistake number 2 by Dr. Laura Dabney. Pushing relationships, right? It says parents must remember that they cannot force their kids to like anyone. It was not the child's choice for you to be with that person.
Yahtzee.
And they go further to say that you have to emphasize respect and allow the relationships to grow at their own speed.
True story.
Because a child is going to respond to the energy they're given,
Facts.
right? And so if you're giving me good energy and I peep that energy is sincere, then
Yeah.
I'm likely
Yeah.
to reciprocate
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
But if I peep that you're being fake just to impress my mama or my
Yeah.
daddy, then I'm
Off with your head.
I think what we do with children is we underestimate their ability to perceive.
Absolutely. I like that. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? They have that ability. It may not be as mature and advanced as ours, but they can tell who for real and who ain't.
Yeah, because we've always been taught, even growing up, like, you know, kids, go sit your ass down. You don't know no better. You know what I mean? Like, no, you got me fucked up, because
Yeah.
I do know better, and I
Yeah.
do know that ain't what it is. You understand what I'm saying? So to your point, when I said about pushing it, I've never tried to force my way on a woman's kids, because
Right.
again, I stated,
Yeah.
I didn't want to meet your motherfucking. Y'all
Right.
know, pull up on me Friday is fucking kids Friday, right? So I ain't even trying to meet your kids, but if the situation happened where I do meet the kids and I'm around, like, again, I'm a vibe across the board, but I'm not forcing it. I'm not making little pee-wee, you know, get your ass up. No, it's gonna be genuine. It's gonna be that love and kindness. But again, at the same token, I am a parent, right?
Right.
I got a son. I got 2 daughters. So
Right.
I'm coming into it already knowing how to deal with that. And then I was raised in it as well too, right?
Right.
So fully experienced and versed with the situation. But like when you force, that's like any relationship.
Yeah.
In
Allow it to organically
if it ain't organic,
develop.
I don't want it anyway.
Absolutely.
Allow it to,
Absolutely.
and not just with adult, male, female, male, whatever the hell, but children. We cannot just disregard their humanity
So
and their ability to perceive and relate.
When you are dealing with someone with kids, right? And the energy does not mesh. The energy doesn't go well. Right, say you don't get along with her. We talking about maybe like teenager kids. I mean, girl of age enough that you don't get along with.
Yeah.
Because this is babies. It's a no. You ain't got to deal with that. So what do you do? How do you deal with that in the situation?
In what context is the relationship? Are we talking about dating, husband and wife, just vibing?
When we're talking about at this age,
so
dating with a purpose, right?
I
mean, it's not like because it don't matter if it's just a fuck buddy type fling, whatever. Like it
if
don't
I'm
even
around,
matter. If it's somebody that you plan on taking serious or that you have gotten serious with, and then you get to the point of meeting their kids and it's not kosher per se. You know what I'm saying? How do you navigate that? What do you do with that?
Dr. Patricia Papernow, she's a psychologist, she addressed this whole situation with the stepchildren and the age range.
I'm just because you flipping through the paper like you got the answer to that question.
I printed it out and I have certain things highlighted, and that was one of them that I definitely want to address. Toya, I'm gonna come back in 1 second because I want to talk about mistake number 3. Inappropriate boundaries between the ex-spouses and the newly blended family. But Dr. Patricia Papernow, psychologist and step-family expert, says step-parents should think of themselves as babysitters, right? What she went on to say was that teenagers, it's very difficult. It's easier for younger children to adapt to a newer situation, and then they have that number of years to develop relationship, whereas when you come in with a teenager, it's almost like they already have their perceptions, they already have their attitudes, they already have all this stuff already pre-established in their mind, right? And you have fewer years to really develop the bond, because let's say you come in and they 16, you really only got 2 years before they dip. And that's 2. It could take you 2 years to even break through.
Absolutely, 100%.
Right? And so, it takes a little more work to establish those bonds with adolescents, teenagers, than it does with younger children.
I appreciate the psychiatrist's perspective. I'm going to keep that shit a buck.
Yeah.
If we're in the courting stages, the dating stages, and if it's a conflict in the sense of my child not being able to vibe with you and you not being able to vibe with my child, I'm cutting my losses now, because that's important.
Yeah.
Right. And if it's something that we can't find a common, like, again, we're gonna work toward it, right?
Yeah.
But when it's all said and done, if we just can't, like, I'm cutting. I'm just saying me,
no,
because I'm gonna keep it fucking moving, because what's gonna progressively get better depending on like how old the child is, right?
And you do what's in the best interest of the child. I'm gonna be
for
very
sure.
frank with you. I dealt with a young lady who had a child, and she was really upset, like, at the fact. You know, I'm talking about upset to where in the morning I get up and it's on the magnet, I hate the moan on the refrigerator, right? So I'm talking to the mama. I'm like, hey,
wait. It's literally
literally written in crayon on the white little piece of paper talking about I hate the moan. And I'm like, whoa, I didn't even do nothing. You know what I'm saying? But it's all about how the parents introduce this thing to kids. You can't just get married and your kids don't know you got married. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, okay, this your new stepmom. Get along. You know what I'm saying? But Toya, I wanted you to address. Are you still here? Okay, before we go and let the phone lines open, I want you to address mistake number 3. Inappropriate boundaries between the ex-spouses and the newly blended family. Can you share with our viewing audience your recent experience in terms of those lack of boundaries and how that can become complicated?
My kids are part of a blended family with their father. And when he started dating her, we had only been separated for a year, and he didn't want the kids to know that he was dating. So even though my daughter, who was 16 at the time, 15, 16 at the time, was asking him, hey, who is that lady you're always on the phone with? Is that your girlfriend? He would tell her no. So she didn't meet my children until they were already married. My kids didn't know that they were married until some mail came to the house that revealed it. So what that did for my daughter, who was, when they got married, now 18, off in the military on her own, she was like, I'm not dealing with your new family because y'all didn't handle this situation right. Y'all didn't bring us in the beginning. Y'all didn't develop the relationships. You chose her and didn't bother to bring me into it. So now I'm not going to be a part of it. And then on top of that, whereas if they were in good standings with me, I would have encouraged my daughter to take a beat, try to get to know the lady and her kids, to continue to have the relationship with her father that she had growing up. Instead, his current wife, would say, you don't need to talk to their mother. They're teenagers. She doesn't have to be in the middle. So for 2 years after we divorced, he wouldn't say a word to me. The only thing I ever heard from him was, these are the dates I'm getting Marianne. That's our son. And so then the kids began to look at that. How are they going to build a relationship with you if you can't respect their mother who hasn't done anything to you? So we don't think that the kids are watching all of that, but they are, and it affects them. And to this day, as adults, are still affecting the relationship that they have with their father and the lack of relationship that they have with her. It's like starting all over.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
So that is some cornball. I mean, excuse my truth podcast. Right?
It is what it is.
That's some cornball shit, right? And as a single father, like I raised my 3 kids by myself for 6 years. Their mom moved out of state. She was definitely hands on in terms of financing, but like us being in 2 separate states, it was all on me, right? I don't understand on no day of the week how a dude, a cornball, a clown, and I can't say man, how a specimen like take issue with a woman and let that dictate how they deal with their children. That is you deserve to be castrated. You do not deserve no more WAP.
This nigga dog.
Like that's some cornball shit. So Toya, like, cause it's so man, like it's aligned in the stars. Cause before you even answered it, I was gonna ask you, did you feel a responsibility as the mom to try to like mediate it? And you said you would have had they not already taken disrespect, you know what I mean, or put you in the target, like why even remotely?
We all have to be cooperatively,
absolutely
willing to do what's best
for
in the best interest of the children. And if I'm the only one cooperating, then what kind of conversation can we have?
Yeah, so I respect your position, and even, you know, my heart go out to the kids because they don't ask for that though. Like the kids don't want to not have a relationship with their dad or put them in a position where now we gotta choose.
Yeah.
You cornball. Ugh. Go ahead.
That's selfish. That's selfish motivation. That's worried about self. I'm not worried about everybody involved in the situation. I'm worried about self. But Toya, thank you so much. We gotta fly.
We appreciate you,
open up
Toya.
These phone lines and address some of these comments. We appreciate you tonight. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. All right. We'll call you when I leave.
D Love, y'all heard her say I call you when we leave. If y'all didn't know, you now know Miss Toya is D Max. I'm sorry, D Loves.
That's all you gotta say. D Loves.
Yeah, D Loves.
She's D Loves.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
D.
All right. Yep. So I want to acknowledge Shamira Bell Anderson again because this is her viewer's choice topic. You are you are welcome to
DM,
suggest
text,
some topics and
let us know what y'all want to talk about, man. We'll bring it to the platform.
Choice. But she wanted us to address this particular area or aspect of the topic. how our culture looks at it negatively when the mom and the new woman get along. For example, my stepson's mom and I have a great relationship. So instead of people applauding our blended family, people say things like to us both like, "Oh wow, you like her? Do y'all really get along?"
And they do really get along.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of "that's what's up, much respect," truth is when women no longer have feelings for the father romantically, all she wants is a good mother figure around her child.
Facts.
So it would behoove you, ladies, to get along with the other person, to try to build a bond with that person, a mutual respect with that person, because quite frankly, whether you like it or not, your child is going to be around that person.
And it's fucked up if your kid like him and you don't.
You know
now
what
you
I mean?
really feel a type of way.
Yeah, you know, you liking them, you disliking them for your own selfish, personal, whatever reasons, but your child is okay and comfortable. That creates a whole another level of conflict. And then what does that do to the child? Now they have to choose who they're loyal to.
Yeah, that shit just recently played out. I was watching Lil Mandisi's, man, and he was in a situation where his mom and Yandy like got into fights, and like he said to Yandy, like, shit, one of your people ran up on the stage and grabbed my mom. Like, so like that's a problem for me though, you know what I mean? So like I love the way Mandisi's handled it, because he like, listen, at the end of the day, that's my baby mother, you know what I'm saying? And I got a relationship with her. Like, Yandy, you gotta, like, you know what I mean? Like, and they figured it out though, because they did what was best for him.
Right.
What's going on? What's going on, caller? Who is this and where you calling from? Turn your phone down line in the front phone line. Turn your phone down in the background. No speakerphone or Bluetooth, so we can hear you clearly.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Talk to us.
She done cut herself off. Can you hear you? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
We
what's
hear
happening?
you. What's up?
Okay, can y'all hear me?
We can.
Okay, this is Shamira. Hey, y'all.
Hey, girl.
What's going on? What's going on?
What up, Shamari? What up, Mama?
Hey, Macho. So, yeah, this was my topic because Macho knows both me, my husband, the mother of his son, and myself.
Yeah, she still owe me a
We
bottle
get
too. I
along
want my
great.
bottle, man, Kiana.
Yep, we actually have a very good relationship. We love each other. We've never had that type of beef, but both of us have experienced where our separate friends will ask us both, y'all really like each other, things like that. Whereas we came together as a family,
Right.
and not only are we a blended family, we are 3 blended families. My other 2 children with my ex-husband, their family is involved with his family and my family still to this day. My daughter with my husband calls my other kids grandmothers and grandfathers, their grandparents, her grandparents too. So it's well blended. My ex-husband, he interacts with my husband and our daughter. So we are well blended, but our culture looks at it negatively in a way like women shouldn't get along. You talk to his baby mama? No, I talk to the mother of his son.
Say that.
She is a phenomenal woman.
Say
she
that.
is a great mother. You know, so I don't have anything negative to say about her. She talked to me more than she talked to him.
But you know what? That's so powerful.
Shout out to Kiana Gowda. She definitely the GOAT.
That's powerful because what that does for the child is if he sees everybody united,
Facts.
right? He can comfortably relax in that blend.
And knowing he have sources and
You know
resources.
what I'm saying? Yeah, it's like, okay, well, you know, they all get along. I ain't gotta create no contention because I can't. You know what I'm saying?
Right, I can't.
I can't because they bonded, and that's where it starts. It starts with the adults
True
when it comes
story.
to blending these family units together. We can't expect to throw our kids in a pot of stew and say, cook. You know what I'm saying? No. The adults have to hash out all that shit beforehand. We got to decide who gonna discipline who, how we gonna discipline who.
Facts.
We got to decide what the rules are. And you know, one of the experts, Patricia Pappernow, said, in terms of rules and discipline, when a person is coming in the new part, in the newness of the relationship, that it's okay to enforce rules that are already established, that
Absolutely.
the kid already knows
Right.
that's established.
'Cause we gotta effectively
but to
communicate.
start creating new rules that has to be depending on the age of the child, it can be discussed with the child, allow that child to have some input, or at least the opportunity to be aware before it's just, oh, this is the new rule because I made it. You know what I'm saying? Those types of things are what creates the tension between the step parent and the step child. And so that parent relationship, Shamira, is probably the most important. Because if the parents are divided, what y'all think the child gonna do?
Man, kids are smart. They gonna run the terror on that shit.
Absolutely.
Especially they kids, cause all they kids bad than a motherfucker.
Oh, not my, not our kids.
So
thank y'all.
Thank you for
No,
the
we
topic,
appreciate
Shamira.
you. We appreciate you, sis.
You made me go to the computer with it.
Yeah, you definitely gave us one. We appreciate you, my baby. Thanks for
Yeah.
calling in.
All right, y'all have a good one.
All right, love you, my baby.
Okay, so
She
look
not
at a
lying.
couple.
Listen, and I know both, and I know all of them. We all grew up together. Well, Shamira didn't grow up with us, but I grew up with her husband and the mother of his child, and like to see them and it's genuine, right? Like they really do fucking rock.
It ain't forced
at all. Even when they don't fuck with him, they fuck with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, which what grown women do. Which
they know it's about these babies.
What grown ass boss women do is they know how to coexist and not be fake and phony with that shit. And that's what they did. They were two grown ass women who understood that, listen, your situation with him is over and done with, right? Y'all created a child together. I'm here now. I love your child as if he was mine. And the child vouches for it, right? He's going back to mom saying, Mom, she solid, she cool. You know what I mean? Like, he ain't saying nothing bad about her. So Kiana can't do nothing but respect that, because she's giving your son that motherly vibe that you need him to have when he's away from you.
Yeah, he should be able to feel a sense of consistency.
Facts. And then not drop off when I leave you.
Me. Right.
Right?
Excuse me.
And that's what he got. He got the best of both worlds, and I can vouch for that personally.
It shouldn't be, I'm loved here, but I'm treated poorly here.
Facts.
You know, what do you expect a child to do? They're going to return energy with energy. So let's look at some of these comments, Macho. Because can you see them?
Yeah. So like and B Griff, you right. He said even when so shout out to my guy B Griff. You know what I mean? You right. Rest in peace, Robert Jr. The GOAT. I got him on my chest, my baby tatted. He said even when I don't understand where my BM is coming from, my wife puts it in perspective for me from a woman's perspective, and it helps so much. And that's the beauty when you're dealing with a grown ass woman.
Or
your
a
wife ain't
grown-ass
intimidated.
man.
Yeah, but right. Either or, right? But she's not intimidated. She don't feel disrespected, right? Like so there's a healthy respect and a mutual respect.
But see, that comes from boundaries, though, right? So your baby daddy ain't about to be calling at 2 a.m.
Oh shit, man.
You understand what I'm saying? Like there has to be, and the experts say it, there has to be tips for co-parenting. It's certain things you have to have agreements. Okay, these are the boundaries. If you don't cross these boundaries, then that would not make the other party feel a particular kind of way. And so that's just maturity.
Yeah.
And being considerate of all parties involved. I'm not just trying to please my wife, but I'm trying to actually balance being a step parent and being a co-parent. I can't disregard the co-parent part because I'm focused so much on the step parent part.
Yeah.
You understand? So all those relationships, like Shamira said, have to be
bonus parent.
Healthy.
I'd rather say bonus parent.
Bonus parent, that's 2023, 2022.
That step shit is for the birds.
But, it is what it is, though.
My pops, he put in the time. He loved my mom so much that he didn't give a fuck about who our daddies was. He loved, like, when I got a chance to feel what to tell a grown man that I love you, like this man sacrificed. This man loved my mama, swear to God, like as if, like he birthed us. Like he loved that, bro. Like I could, like, swear to God.
I think my stepdad. So my experience was different. I think my stepdad. So my mom was like 5'2". My stepdad was like 6'3", big burly nigga. Right?
Okay.
And so I'm thinking, bet, he can step in, he can protect us, right?
Don't tell me he was one of them.
No, this nigga didn't do shit, and to this day he kind of lets her just run a fucking muck and don't say shit, and I just be like, bro, you twice her motherfucking size. Why?
You want him to put his foot down.
You
want him to tell her shut the fuck up, sit your ass down.
Like, and so because we had our own daddy that we saw periodically, you know, he felt like we had our own daddy and he ain't had no say with us. But then with my younger sisters, one of whom was not his, but one who was his, he took on that father role with the middle child because the father wasn't involved, right? But he was a whole different nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, you made sure they was good.
Right.
But you was hands off with us. So you had a different experience with the stepdaddy part than I did. I still love him, respect him. You know, he was whatever and whoever he was. But it was like, I really wish you would have stood up, bro.
So Manda says, I have an oppositional situation. I have a bonus child that I seen through her father, and I are not together. The child's mother and I get along because I've been in her life for almost 5 years, and she is comfortable in her motherhood to allow me to be in her child's life. She said it out of her mouth. My child loves you like she loves me. Don't break up with her, please. Like, so even though you might not rock with the daddy, she still want her to be able to have a relationship, because she said the father and her are not together. That's her letting me know she's single. But she said the father and I aren't together anymore. You know what I mean? She you know what I mean? But the mom don't want her to not still have a relationship with the daughter. I think, me personally, I think that's some dope shit, though. It speaks volumes for real. Again, anytime I can see, you know, black women get along is a beautiful thing for me, right? No lie. So when I see y'all vibing, especially when the others, like Shamira said, they were people nagging in both of their ears on both sides of their teams, like, damn, y'all really get along? Yeah, you know what I mean? So for y'all to be able to press past it, I like that. So the fact that you and him aren't together, but you impacted the child's life to a point where she loves you as a bonus mom, like, and again, it ain't based on the relationship with him because you're not even with him no more, and the mom is so comfortable with her position as her mom that I want you to still be, you know what I mean, available. That's good mental.
That's maturity.
Yeah. But that's good mental for the child too. Yeah. You understand the mental anguish that kids go through with that detachment once they get attached to any parent.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I dealt with a situation dating a girl, and I didn't even like her no more, but I had got attached to her baby, and I tolerated her ass for as long as I could before my pastor, swear to God, was like, cut it off from the head. Pastor was like, cut it off from the head.
That's heavy though. But I you know, the truth of the matter is, like the expert said, the kids didn't ask for none of this. This is your life you trying to live, and you want me to jail in it. And so I'm gonna need everybody to be aware of the fact that while we're doing what we want to do and to make our individual adult selves happy, the kids cannot just be collateral damage. We have to regard how they feel. We have to consider them in the discussion. We have to include them depending on their age in some of those discussions, right? And I think when parents just make decisions, like I had a young lady that told me, like, this is my life. My kid just gonna have to accept it. No, the fuck they don't. And what you're doing is setting up contention. You're setting up a real hostile environment because you have not prepared your child for this. You just want to throw your child in it. And we cannot do that as parents. Yes, we're adults and we have to live our lives, but there's a consideration that we have to have of those children. Absolutely. If we want this entire household to be at peace. Because an unpeaceful child can upset the entire dynamic of the household.
True story.
And so just like the courts say, we do what's in the best interest of the child. Not that the ultimate decision has to be the child's decision, but we make our decision with consideration of the child.
Facts. That's why the courts, even based on how old a child is, when the divorce happened, they wanted the child. Like, if they're over 12 and up, we need the child's voice, because you're absolutely, yep. At 9 or 10, no, because you still, but at 12, we gonna trust that you know where the fuck you want to go.
Yep.
And that was real shit. Like even with me and my kid mom, we separated. Like, shit, we gonna ask the kids where they want to go. But I had already again. I was playing chess. She was playing checkers.
Right.
So when we sat down with the kids, they was like, "We fucking with you, pops." I'm like, Yahtzee.
Yahtzee.
You know what I mean? I took the kids and got the fuck on. You know what I mean? But I love this dynamic of this conversation, because when you think about the totality of the impact that it has on the black family, like
Man.
that's almost like, again, we call it the new norm.
normal.
You know what I mean?
You know. I mean, divorce is a real thing. Separation, breakups are a real thing.
Tamika
People
said-
moving on with life is a real thing. How you do it will determine what the outcome will be.
Hey, okay, yeah. Marvis, I got you, absolutely. To Tamika, she said, I still have a relationship with my bonus children, even though Dad and I haven't been together for some time. My babies, although are almost grown, my youngest bonus child is 17, and they still call me Ma. I thank God that my children are able to grow up with their siblings, and it's 9 altogether. Yes, and I coached one of your babies and got a championship with them. It's a beautiful situation though. Like when you look at, you know, again, I'm a product of it, and for me it definitely impacted my life in a very positive totality. It started off rough, we ended up great.
What did the rough part look like?
It was bad because he was that crack mad motherfucker, bro.
Oh, okay.
And we was in the same hood, grew up Mac and Mount Elliott, you know what I mean? So like the where I'm at, you know, hanging with my guys, and then we go to the weed house, you know what I'm saying? I see my mama van, like, you know what I'm saying, coming from the crack house, you know what I mean? And it was bad because, like, you know what I'm saying, niggas was crucial, you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, yo, daddy a crackhead. That ain't my daddy. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
It was that. Like, I never claimed him, you know
But
what I mean?
once he became respectable.
Oh man, once he got his life right and got
You
locked in
respected
and
him.
started loving on my mama and loving on us, man, like you can say shit bad about him. And then people be like, man, you look just like Robert Jr. Swear to God. Like what people be like, you look just, and I feel like appreciate it, you know what I mean? It's not even but no lie. Like you couldn't argue that, you know what I mean? Like, man, they'd be like, man, you look just like your daddy, boy. I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, that nigga beard wasn't like mine though. But
Right.
that's my guy, man. Like, swear to God, one of my best tattoos. You know what I mean?
Oh, we got a caller.
Got a caller.
Yes, sir.
4
yes,
minutes
sir.
out.
What's going on, caller? Who is this and where you calling from?
What up, though? It's your girl, Miss Happy. What's going on?
You got us on speakerphone? You got us on speakerphone or something like that? Sound like it.
Hold on. I'm in my I'm in my car.
Oh,
My
okay.
car.
Hello. What I do?
What's going on?
Yeah.
You sound like you're far away now.
Yeah, you still sound like you're far away. You're breaking up a little bit.
Hold on.
Talk directly into your phone. You got to hold the phone in your hand.
Hola. ¿Cómo
There
estás?
you go.
Look, I'm like, let me try this a different way. What up, though?
What
I
up?
love y'all show.
Thank
Miss
you.
Happy from Facebook Music. I love y'all show. What up, though, Macho? That's my homeboy.
What's up, my baby?
Right.
Okay.
And listen, I just want to, on the air, just let Macho know, listen, you know, I know a little bit of your story because, you know, you've always been open with your testimony. What you do, what you have done with your kids just is superior. It's superb. And just keep up the good work. Know that you are one of the examples that black men do take care of their kids, period. I'm tired of this stereotype that black men don't take care of their kids.
Say
Black
that.
men step up. They do. And we have to shout out the ones that exemplify that on a superb level. So I just wanted to say that and just let y'all know I love y'all show.
Thank you. Round of applause for Macho.
I'm humbled. I appreciate it. And you definitely, I mean, was there, and I appreciate like those who it was. Man, listen, man, I appreciate it. That's all I love, my baby. 100%.
That's awesome.
all the
Macho.
time.
What's your final thought, my baby?
Man, I'm gonna take my final thought, and because I think I said enough tonight as far as our topic, but I want to take my final thought and give a rest in peace to one of my former football players who tragically had his life taken from him Thanksgiving Day. And when I tell you that Tone, aka Pooter, man, like this kid was. I told my mom when I was talking to her about it today, I started tearing up because I just thought about how when he first came to us, to the football team, he was a very shy, reserved kid with like no real confidence. I'm saying that from a football standpoint, and just watching him grow over the years, and then he finished and he went to high school, and he man, this kid was special. And for him to lose his life like that, man, was a tragedy. So Destiny, Big Tonio, man, like y'all definitely in my thoughts, my prayers. I'll see y'all Sunday. I'll see y'all Monday. We definitely loving on y'all and just praying for y'all and sending healing energy to everybody. And Doggy Bone gonna get caught, man. Like Doggy Bone, they gonna catch him, bro. So that's what I want to spend my final thought. Rest in peace, Tone. Rest in peace, Pooter. We never gonna forget you, my guy. Never gonna forget you. LLP, my guy. Long live Pooter. Let's go, my baby.
Let's go. Absolutely. My final thought, my condolences to the family.
Absolutely.
Of Pooter. I couldn't remember the other name because I had a couple of drinks.
It's all good. It's all good. We appreciate it.
Final thought on the topic. Parents, it is your fiduciary responsibility to
Dr. Mac.
Come together as one before you expect the children to expect or respect you as one. They cannot respect an undivided front. If you're undivided, that means several conversations have to happen before we expect the children to just be okay with everything. They're little people. They have feelings, they have thoughts, they have perceptions, they have realities. And take your time, be sincere, have the conversations, present yourself as a united front, and that gives you a head start in the game.